A striker can play the full 90 minutes, touch the ball barely 24 times, and still walk off as the most criticized man in the stadium. Not for a mistake, for an absence. The crowd groans, the pundits sharpen their knives. He was invisible, they announce, as if the word were an explanation. It isn't. A striker going quiet is almost never about effort. It's about geometry, supply, and a job most fans misunderstand. Here is exactly why it happens. Start with the job itself. A striker has exactly one task: put the ball in the net. A midfielder builds. A defender destroys. A striker finishes. That sounds simple, and that's the trap. Because finishing is the only job on the pitch that depends almost entirely on other people. He doesn't manufacture chances out of thin air. He waits for them to arrive. And if they don't arrive, he can run all day and still look like he did nothing. No service, no shots, no goals. Now the part nobody says out loud. Touches don't measure a striker. A busy central midfielder might touch the ball 80-90 times a match. A striker, often 25, maybe 30, that isn't a slump. That's the role working exactly as designed. So when you see a forward barely involved, your gut screams useless. Your gut is wrong. He isn't hiding. He's positioning, holding the one patch of grass where a half chance might fall, waiting for the single second the defense switches off. Here's where the cruelty creeps in. A midfielder gets 80 opportunities to look good. A striker gets 2, maybe 3, the entire game. And modern defenses are engineered to give him even fewer. A disciplined backline that stays compact, refuses to step out, and leaves no gap to run into. So his moments come in flashes, not waves. Bury one, you're a genius. Miss them, and those few quiet touches become the only story anyone tells. Same performance. Opposite verdict. And here's the wrinkle that traps even great players. A starving striker can't simply drop deep and fetch the ball himself. The instant he does, there's nobody left in the box to finish the move he just started. So he stays high, he stays patient, he trusts a supply line that may never come. From the stands it looks lazy. It's actually the hardest discipline in the sport. Standing still, in precisely the right place, while every instinct screams at you to chase. Wanting it too much is its own kind of mistake. You watched all of this at the 2026 World Cup. Cristiano Ronaldo, 41, became the oldest outfield player ever to start a World Cup match. And in Portugal's opener against DR Congo, he barely featured. The fewest touches of any Portugal starter, 3 shots, none on target, 2 close-range chances spurned, a 1-1 draw, and a goal from his own teammate chalked off for offside while he was already celebrating. The internet declared him finished by full time. But watch it again. One former World Cup winner sitting in the studio pinpointed the real issue. Chasing a goal for himself, Ronaldo kept drifting into the path of passes meant for others, crowding the very space a teammate needed, and making the whole thing easier to defend. Not lazy, just a striker, starved of service, punished for the 2 half chances he got. The diagnosis was tactical, the headline was personal. So, all of it. A striker finishes. He doesn't rack up touches. Few touches is normal, not negligent. Defenses are built to give him almost nothing, so his openings come in seconds, not minutes. Miss those, and the silence becomes the headline. Next time a forward seems to vanish, you'll know what the pundits won't say. It's not effort. It's supply, space, and the brutal math of one missed moment. You'll be watching the parts of the game nobody else is. The game has not changed. You have. You're welcome. Subscribe if you enjoyed this type of content. It means a lot.